Every woman can reach the big O, and 99% of those who can't actually can. Ah, okay. So why does she love the spicy moments with you, yet never reaches the peak? You've tried the methods, the angles, the tutorials, and it still feels like lighting damp matches. No fireworks. You start thinking, there must be some secret technique, right? Wrong. If you're just circling a clit like a confused tourist in a rental car, brother, you're lost. Meanwhile, real men are taking her soul on a ride. Because the real switch isn't between her legs, it's deeper. And I don't refer to deeper inside. It's something that crashes head on with everything soft society tells you about pleasure, masculinity, and technique. See, most guys obsess over the act and not the thing that actually makes her surrender. Because the big O is not something she achieves, it's something that takes over. And the difference is you. Not your moves, not your fingers, you. Your presence, your energy, your depth. It's not a button, it's an immersion. And yes, lately even science backs that up. They call it responsive desire. Her body only opens when her nervous system says, it's safe, you can let go now. So stop trying to make it happen and start creating this space where it can't not happen. And today we're fusing it all into what I call the desire system. 5 primal layers that open her from the inside out. So strap in, it's gonna get wild. Because finally, brother, we talk about how to launch the fireworks. We're gonna bring light into something that 95% of men never touch because they are too busy chasing angles. And let's kill that technique myth right now. Because if magic angles were the answer, every woman would be multi-orgasmic by Tuesday. But science and experience says otherwise. In reality, it's about connection, emotion, sensual buildup. That's what flips her system from neutral to full body meltdown. And her blocks? Mostly solvable. And you don't need to take that from me. Read Nagoski, check the Cleveland Clinic. Women aren't broken, they are just blocked. And here is the visual I want you to burn into your brain. Think of a kid learning to walk. You don't yank at him and yell, run. You hold his hand, you feed him, you wait, and one day he just stands. And the next day, he starts walking. Yeah, patience doesn't sound sexy. And that's why it doesn't make it on the cover of Men's Health. But care, attention, and emotional safety, that's half the foreplay, brother. And the other half, that's the D. And no, not just the D you're thinking of. We're gonna get to that one. But first, I want you to prepare you for this mysterious D. So understand, her body can't feel pleasure until it feels safe. Not just safe physically, safe emotionally, spiritually, nervously, and that's your job. Not to press, but to hold space for her to flow into her pleasure. To lead with patience instead of pressure. So ask yourself, when is the last time you actually slowed down and felt her breathe? Yesterday? Or is it long time ago? Let me tell you a story. I had this beautiful Latina woman, doctora in psychology, and she actually gave me the permission to tell the story. She's so hot, smart, deep. On the first night out, we connected like old souls. She cried, then we laughed, shared secrets. It felt like we had known each other for forever. And I could feel her whole being opening up, not just her body, her soul. And that's what real masculine penetration feels like, man. It's not about friction, it's presence. And later that night, we finally had some time to have intimacy. And I remember the moment like it was yesterday. Her eyes were wide open. She was stunned while her body cycled through multiple climaxes. And she was looking at me like, what the hell is happening? The next morning, I had to tell her how much I loved how easily she came. She paused, she looked at me, and she said, I actually have never come with a partner, and I didn't even know what it feels like. I was stunned. This woman, brilliant, beautiful, accomplished, had never been opened like that. That was because she had been shut down for years. She had been through some serious violence, trauma, masculine energy that didn't hold, but only took. And it was actually why she became a psychologist. So we unpacked what really happened that night, what made her go from closed to overflowing with multiple O's. And here's the truth we found. What opens a woman isn't what you do in bed. It's the energy you carry everywhere else, whether it's for one night or for a lifetime. That morning, we named it the 5 layers. And when they are all there, she doesn't resist, she doesn't try, she lets go. And this is what I call desire plus X. And here's the breakdown. We get to the D. E is emotion. S-I, sensual immersion. R-E, resolute variety. Plus X, connexion. Now, bring all 5 of them alive, and she doesn't chase the big O. She falls into it over and over and over again. Let's break them down, the 5 elements, plus connection. And let's start with connection. It's not about sweet talk. It's about soul presence. It's that invisible thread that makes her feel like you have met before, like your souls have been dancing through lifetimes. That is what opens her heart, her body, and yes, her lap. Or locks it down like curfew, because the bedroom is really just the echo chamber of everything you do outside of it. So, you know what I mean? Ever met a woman and felt like you'd known each other for years in 5 minutes? That's the connection I'm talking about. And you can learn to create it. Actually, it's a must. It's essential. This is where the magic happens. And I'll tell you how to learn this. But let's first focus on the E in desire, emotion. If she can't cry, scream, rage, giggle or melt around you, feeling totally received and safe, she won't release with you. You want her to surrender? Be the rock in the surf of her storms. Don't fix her, don't be her therapist, be her anchor. Don't meet fire with logic, don't argue with a hurricane. Breathe, feel, hold. When you stay in your calm, while she's a mess of feeling, guiding her into your calm, she senses your core. And that relaxes her back into safety. That opens her feminine. And now, here's the part you really should wrap your mind around. Most men only play with the nice emotions, but the full spectrum of the feminine needs to ride the whole wave, nagging, teasing, invoking burning negative emotions in her, and resolving them into emotional release. This is a challenge for most men, to play fully on the entire spectrum of her emotions, but this is crazy powerful. Why do you think all those horror movies, soap operas, and romantic movies are so captivating to her? Exactly, because they give her that emotional roller coaster. So here is your choice. You either give her that emotional roller coaster, or she will take charge of it, hand you the ticket and say, you go first. And suddenly you get pushed through the emotional ups and downs. And that kind of drama, that kills polarity fast. So learn to gift her with that emotional roller coaster. And if you want to go deeper in anything I mention here, let's meet outside the censorship of social media. Just apply for the access to my private community in the link below. So let's get to the SI in desire. Sensual immersion. Now brother, back this mission. Hit subscribe. That's my fuel. Let's make being masculine fun again. Support the awakening of the masculine and the end of the mandemic. Sensual immersion. She is your mirror. If you're in your head, she's gonna be in hers. And great lovemaking isn't only physical friction, it's being out of your mind and in your body. Presence, breath, in the now. You want her to drop into her body, drop into yours first, and pull her into her bodily perceptions. As said, if she's thinking about the shopping list while you're smashing, it's probably because you're not present in your body or with her either. So stop the logic, stop the techniques, stop trying to understand her, and start feeling her. If you ground into your chest, she's gonna meet you there. And when she does, her whole system is going to light up like Paris on New Year's Eve. And that's really no poetic fluff. And that's not poetic fluff. That's neurobiology. Stress hormones drop, oxytocin spikes, and her brain flips the switch. And yours too. And the deeper you open her heart, the wetter is going to get below. And let's just say, if you're not careful, brother, you might need a snorkel. Now, are you ready for the D in desire? She surrenders when she feels your strength. Lead outside the bedroom, or she won't let go inside it. And here is where mainstream thinkers choke. Dominance and submission. And this isn't just 50. Conscious dominance only comes from a positive state of being, from love, from clarity, from groundedness into confidence. If you're carrying resentment, doubt, or aggression, that's not dominance, that's damage. And she's gonna feel the difference. So yes, you'll need to train her nervous system to trust your lead, especially when things get intense. Because here's what most men miss. The moment right before she lets go, right before the big O, when she's that close to climax, is the moment fear grips her the hardest. Especially when we're talking about a first O, or multiple O's, or layered O's. And that's the kind of O that shatters timelines. And exactly this bizarre moment of fear, that is the point of surrender. Her pleasure is peaking, her mind is slipping, and her body is screaming to let go. But her psyche says, can I trust this man with my unraveling? And your role is not to command, not to perform, it's to radiate one single truth. You're safe. Let go. Because when she trusts that, she'll hand you the wheel, and then what happens next is like slipping into a realm where time stops. Her body doesn't try anymore, it remembers. So she's not doing the big O, she's taken by it. And you're the one who walked her there. And no, sorry, there's no little blue pill for that. You can't fake this, you only can embody it. So you live it outside the bedroom and it flows back in like gravity. And therefore, after the game is before the game. So be foreplayful. Do the foreplay 24/7. Lead with presence everywhere. And that's the trick. Now, there is a missing piece for that takeover to happen. And that's the desiree, the RE in desire, resolute variety. It's about not repeating, not becoming a script, not becoming a playlist you already memorized. It's about surprising her, stretching her, shaking her every time. This is the art of staying unpredictable while staying deeply attuned with her. So when you're truly out of your mind and in your body, you will notice something mind-blowing. You will start to feel what she wants before she does. And that's what I call the sixth sense. And let's understand the concept of resolute variety. Helen Fisher said it best in her TED Talk. Novelty lights the brain's reward circuits. Means freshness keeps attraction burning, and mystery keeps the voltage up. So when you mastered emotion, connection, dominance, and immersion, you can play those full out. You can improvise with them on her soul's craving. And even the cravings she doesn't know she did have yet. And that's sensual mastery. And it's like you look into her eyes and she knows something is coming, something exciting, something that pushes her limit, but she doesn't know what. And that unknown, that danger wrapped in safety, in trust to you, that's the spark. So when she trusts the man behind the madness, she trusts that you will surprise her with exciting, wild, dominant, unleashed pleasure. She will surrender to your wildest moves, to your dominance that is in touch with her wildest fantasies. And those are fantasies that were locked away deep down in her body. And once that happens, that surrender, she's not giving in anymore. She's melting into you. And that means you make her surrender consistently to your surprises. And when the point of surrender for the big O comes, her body is already trained to let go with you. So when that hits, it's instant, effortless. It's just a reflex born from trust in you. So she doesn't need to hold. Her mind doesn't doubt. She effortlessly, without resist, flows into the big O. The big O just takes over, like it always had been her second nature. I think you understand. I can't go deeper into explaining this, because this is a very explicit subject, and my account might get burned. But I do explain where you find it in this video, remember. So what happens next after this surrender into the big O, after this explosion? It's very emotional. Sometimes it ends in tears, sometimes in laughter, sometimes both at the time. And when that emotional dam breaks, it's a wild mix of feelings she's gonna release. When all that emotion she's been holding back is flooding out, don't fix it. Feel it with her. Let the emotions hit. That moment when her tears mix with laughter in your arms, that's sacred ground. Just hold her, stay still, breathe. Don't fix her. And if you do that, she will open even more next time, because that's the real shortcut to the big O. Not to tricks, but to trust that you can hold her. And exactly this is how the Doctora and so many women like her unlocked multiple climaxes after years of thinking they were broken. And this is the Desire plus X system. It lights her up like a cockpit. You flip the right switches, D, E, S, I, R, E, and she breaks the sound barrier. And the X factor is what holds it all together. Because without connect sound, dominance is violence, emotion is chaos, and variety is disorienting. But with connection, with this deep connection to her, to feel her, the sixth sense, you become the full man, the animal and the saint, the fire and the stillness, the wizard and the wild wolf. And this is the way you start creating alchemy in her nervous system. And this is exactly the reason why soft society fears this. Because it wakes men like us up. It wakes her up. It wakes you up to what you both truly. It wakes both of you up to what you truly are. Brother, the masculine doesn't just penetrate her body, it penetrates her heart, her soul, her wildest instincts. And yes, it penetrates reality itself. She can only mirror what you dare to embody. So tonight, my advice, don't rush, don't perform. Notice where you've been posing instead of being present. Where you get lost in fantasies instead of creating them. So slow down, feel, connect. And when you're ready to go deep into the uncensored truths, to live full out as a masculine man, to have fun in life, here down there's a community. Because this is just the surface of what you are capable of. And now, back this mission. Hit subscribe. That's my fuel. Support the awakening of the masculine.